Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss how everyone is jumping on the honey barrel finish bandwagon. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Old Man Bay, Bo Cumberland, and Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, so yes, we're going to talk about honey barrel finished. It seems to be the next huge thing. Everyone's doing it. And is this going to just burn itself out? I mean, it's good. You think about some of the early adopters to this, and people were very excited about it. But what happens when everyone has one? Is it just all of a sudden nobody wants any of them? I don't know. We'll talk about that after the break. For right now, Old Man Bay said there's something he wanted to talk about, though. What is that, Old Man Bay?
Well, Steve, in your recent bourbon notes that came out in email,
yes,
you put on there something to the effect of the celebrity bourbons.
Yes, yeah, I don't like those.
And basically, and I wasn't going to say that, but basically, you're saying don't support those.
Yes, correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
And as overall.
Yes, overall. General statement. There's a few exceptions. There are some. Blackened is building a distillery. Bob Dylan's building a distillery. So those are putting money into it, and they seem to care about it. I'm talking about slapping a label on there, and we buy whiskey from MGP or we buy whiskey from Dickel, and then we slap our name on there, and then so does every other celebrity, and it's really just the same thing. It's just
Okay, so this is, and that's exactly what I was going to get to, because and we haven't got to this point yet, but Blackened. Right. I've done several pieces of my work.
I said they're not included in that, but yes, go ahead.
It wasn't in an email,
right?
But but it did make me really think about that, and it was a what if they are, because Blackened, obviously Metallica is very involved into the process. I'm sure there are some that are not, but if they're involved in the process, and I think you just kind of hit on that, is it okay?
Maybe. Are they building a distillery? Are they?
So they have to have a distillery?
That's going to go a long way.
Okay, well then let me ask you this then, because that leads into the whole point of MGP or like you said. There's brands out there that are coming out that are some of my favorite brands, and they are MGP, but they're blending. They're making our friend Jason Bronner with crap. I just went blank.
Bourbon's Bistro.
Yeah, Bourbon's. Well, yeah, it's his brand. It's MGP, right? Yeah, he don't have a distillery.
Well, he does. He's got a distillery that he's building out, but yes, he will have one soon. So is
that the determining factor? Is that they would need a distillery?
No. If you're adding, Jefferson's would be an example that does distill a little bit now, but for the most part, they are just buying and sourcing, but they add value to it. There are people that know bourbon. I can go and I can talk to Trey Zoller, and he knows, just as much about blending as anybody out there. He knows whiskey. If I sit down and I talk to Terry Bradshaw and he doesn't know dick about bourbon, I don't think that I should need to buy his product because his name is on the label. That's offensive to me. He's selling a thing, trying to sell his name. When it's the Star Trek bourbon or whatever the hell it is, that's just slapping a name on it. When it's a Florida Georgia line or whatever the country star is of the day that has it, that's offensive to me because they're utilizing bourbon to make money. They don't care about it. They could care less if it's bourbon or vodka or trash bags. They're trying to make money in a way that they can make money. That's offensive to me. If you're just buying bourbon, whatever it is, slapping your name on it, if you don't care about it, that is offensive to me, and I think they're bad for bourbon because here's what happens: it bastardizes the product. Here's our chance to get in with somebody who happens to be a fan of Terry Bradshaw or football. So they're like, I'm going to buy this Bradshaw bourbon, and they try it and it's shit. And then they're like, I don't like bourbon. I'm not a bourbon guy because I tried. I like the celebrity of the day, and I'm not even going to bash Bradshaw. I haven't even tried it. Maybe that stuff's excellent. I don't know, but I try whatever the celebrity of the day is, and I try it and it's bad. I think that's bad for bourbon. I think that's one of the ways you can lose. I think that's kind of
I wouldn't agree with you 99.9% of the time, but I think you got to give Brothers Bond some credit because
I give credit to the people who are involved. They know what they're doing. They're talking to people. They care.
One bourbon, celebrity bourbon, you have to give some credit, and I think that's Brothers Bond. The rest can really just fuck off. But
so I think seriously. So I'm going to get in here. I'm going to call it the Kardashian effect or the influencer effect. There are all these people that just want to put their name on something so that they can have an income from it and not do anything to earn that money.
Oh, so like you said, Kardashian
like Brothers Bond.
Billy has a tequila. She has 818 tequila, which is shit.
And it's also proven she doesn't know anything about tequila. She's trying to talk about it. And it's been a joke.
Money to come in. Right. Only to bring in the money, but people who care about the Brothers Bond, they care about the quality.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the black folks. I'm fine with the
quality of their product. They are going to put out a product, whereas everyone else is going to ride the coattails to the bank. And I think if anyone is going to put a fine on anything, you should be sending them an invoice.
Yes, I agree.
Get their routing numbers.
They're hurting bourbon by doing what they're doing. They're hurting bourbon. I
honestly feel like you should just start sending invoices because they're really at the point where they just have a team that doesn't really look. They'll just be like, oh, a number, let's pay it. Let's make this go away. Just start sending invoices to all these.
I know. And I'm not, Old Man Bay seems like he's in favor of the celebrity bourbons because live and let live. My problem, let me have my point here. My problem with that is if I'm Royce Neely and I'm making bourbon and I'm doing things the right way and I'm trying to get my product on the shelf, guess what liquor stores want? They want the brands that are tied into these stupid celebrities that are just trying to make money off of it because people have heard of it. They're like, oh, this person likes Elvis Presley. We got to get that Elvis Presley bourbon on there, or the Full House. That was a joke I made. It's so bad we'll be having different iterations of Full House. It's coming soon. I'm sure. Joey. I'm sure of it. Yeah. I got the Uncle Joey small batch. So it's coming, folks. Get ready. This wave of it's just going to bastardize itself. But you know what? If I'm sitting there and I can't get my product that I made, that I put all this work in, because the liquor stores want to go with these brands that they've heard of just because they've heard of the celebrity, not for what's inside the bottle. That's offensive to me, and I don't like it.
And it may even take up the shelf space.
Yeah, they're taking the shelf space. I agree.
Well, and just to go back, Steve, I'm not arguing with you, and I totally agree with you. But I'm always arguing everybody who's putting down MGP or source whiskeys. There are a lot of good brands out there that are blending and experimenting. Penelope and how they do things.
I'm a big
There's
fan
a lot of good brands out there, and for somebody to say MGP, there is not. I'm telling you, there is not. The percentage of people that take the MGP whiskey they buy, put it in the bottle, and sell it is way higher
Wait, I'm 10 to 1.
Oh, I'm sure
versus
there is.
someone who's adding value to it.
I
For
agree
every
with that.
Penelope of the world, there's 10 cats
Absolutely.
that are just slapping a label on. And that's the ones I have a problem
with. And it's really sad to see, because there's people out there that are actually trying to be part of the bourbon industry, and they get bastardized, like you say, because they are a celebrity. Well, what if they're really doing good stuff?
If they're doing good stuff, it's going to float to the top, because there are enough of us out there now. The bourbon fans are big. And if a portion of us know what we're doing, and I don't even put myself in that us, but if there are enough people knowing what they're doing and they pick up something good, then the cream's gonna float.
I hope so.
Gonna float.
I'd like to think that, but I don't know. One of the most offensive things, going back to Old Man Bay's point. So, the people that grab that MGP and slap their name on it, and you're like, well, that MGP is good whiskey. I get it. But to me, it's offensive that if I can go and buy E.H. Schnook, which is the local grocery store brand, and I know it's MGP stuff, and that stuff sells for like $18 or $15 or something like that. That's the same stuff that they're going to put in the celebrity brand that is there's MGP, but they're going to charge $150 or $180 because they're cashing in on their names. And again, I think who loses is bourbon fans, because they're not educated. The new ones, not the people on this podcast, not the people who are listening to this podcast, but the general public. The people that are going to buy this are getting ripped off. And I don't think that's good. At the end, the celebrity doesn't care because they want to cash out and whatever. They either want income coming in or they want to build it up and then sell it off. They don't care about bourbon. They're not curators or caretakers of this industry. They just want to rape and pillage.
They want to get the money. Call the herd.
Yeah, let's call the herd. Don't support celebrity bourbon. That's what I'm going to say. Yep. I'm fine with the exceptions, but the rule is don't support celebrity bourbons.
How do you know? So, if say somebody new is watching a new bourbon drinker is watching or listening to the show, and they hear this conversation, how do they know? Make
the mistake of buying with someone who made it, and then do your research, educate yourself, and then if you can find out that the celebrity's involved, maybe like a Blackened or a Bob Dylan that's actually putting money behind it, then to make them. But if you're going to make a mistake, err on the side of Royce Neely or Adam Stumpf.
Absolutely.
Or Jason Fruit. That's the error that you want to make. You want to err on the side of people who really care and make that error. That's
you're going to be drinking better bourbon. I mean,
exactly.
Go by your taste. If you like Kardashian crap, drink it, but it's going to disappear, and then you're going to have to pick something else.
But then that's also the beauty of bourbon, right? What I like, you don't like, that's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bo?
I'm just wondering, do I need to take my Luke Bryan bourbon back that I bought today? I thought it was a good buy, but I'll take it back.
I would say Luke Bryan is not. Let me talk to the guy.
It tastes good, but
if I can talk to Luke Bryan for 5 minutes, I can tell you whether or not he's a true bourbon fan of what he knows. And I'm telling you, I have the ability to do that. And I bet you he's just making money.
And Brad Paisley, right?
Oh, they all name a country guy who doesn't have a bourbon.
Everybody.
Yeah, they all got them. Yeah.
Everybody has something.
Yeah, it's just a thing. It's just a thing right now. I literally, because I follow these, because I have to write stories, and it's like 2 or 3 a week at this point. It's like, oh, guess who's got a bourbon brand? Guess who's got a bourbon brand?
You know what though? Your email came out, Bourbon Notes.
Yeah.
And several people who know me and know you or know me through you, they emailed me and they said, spot on.
Really? That's good.
Oh,
There's hope. There's hope.
There's hope.
Do you feel like, so this is no disrespect to the bourbon industry, but if you're a music artist and you're like, I'm going to attach, or any celebrity of any sort, you're like, I'm going to attach my name to a liquor brand. Do you think that's a last ditch effort to make money because you're out of talent?
Well, if you remember, right, during COVID.
Careful, Jamie Foxx put his name on something.
On fucking brown sugar bourbon.
Yeah.
But you voted for it, so is he on his last ditch?
Not bad. Like, I would throw that in an old fashioned and not even add like sugar or simple syrup. Like,
when did you start really seeing the upsurge of the celebrity bourbons though? During COVID, they couldn't. The celebrities couldn't work. They couldn't tour. Jimmy Fox, they couldn't tour. They couldn't do their comedy shows. So what are they going to do? They're going to some sort of income.
It's either make a shitty reality show that nobody's going to watch, or sign my name to an alcohol brand. Right. Why not go the easy way? Put my name on an alcohol brand.
I feel like I need to make
tequila. Can we just send them to tequila?
Yeah, that'd be fine. They can bastardize tequila.
Go to tequila.
But
tequila's the new bourbon.
No, I like mezcal, and I don't want to do. Let's send them to vodka. Let's fuck over vodka.
Yeah,
vodka had its day.
Yeah.
Vodka had its day.
Hey, it's not supposed to have a taste. Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah. It doesn't. If you like a tasteless celebrity, buy a tasteless alcohol. Get your fucking vodka.
Well,
that's the best tagline.
Look,
we pushed Bo out of the even
Bo's done. Bo went to bed.
He's done.
Bo went to bed. So I think Old Man Bay might have exceeded the topic of the show. It was a very good small talk for sure. So there you go.
Okay.
But guess what? It's time to drink. That was just small talk. That wasn't the show.
That went on like 30 damn minutes.
yeah. So it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Bo, you're out. You're not drinking. You're on the medicine. It's 11:14 your time. If we would stretch this out till after midnight, could you start drinking again? Or I'm kidding.
Is it a timer? Are you good?
Yeah. We'll have Old Man Bay go first. Old Man Bay, what do you got?
Hey, guess what I'm drinking? A blackened Metallica blackened cast strength limited edition for the Show Me State Volume 1.
Yeah. And they hired a real distiller. So
oh, hell yeah, you did.
That's good.
Well,
I have no issue with black.
Dave Prickle.
Right? Dave Prickle.
How you say his name? How you say
Pickerel.
Pickerel?
Yeah, not Prickle.
What?
That's almost worse than.
You know what? I want to charge you.
Winkle.
Yeah, Winkle. Dave Prickle. They had Dave Prickle.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Hey Tim, you'll I'm sure he'll make a note about this later.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Dave Prickle. All right.
Did we get a bottle pop?
No, it didn't. No, it did not. It didn't pop. You know why? Because it's a celebrity brand.
Yeah. Well, there you go. McNew, what do you got?
Have some Knob Creek 25. Probably not going to do anything. No, Dusk. All Dusk.
Was that Dusk again?
Yep.
Knob Creek 25. You got when did you get that?
Forever ago. There's not much left here. It's
okay.
Very
all right. I'll go next. Kathy will go last. She'll hopefully she can do it here. I've got Stolen Wolf Rye. So let's see what we got here.
Oh, that was crisp.
That was really good. All right.
That was crisp.
I've got the
sounded
lead.
A little squeaky for me.
It was squeaky, but better than yours. So yeah.
Since we're talking about celebrity bourbon, I'm bringing out my Heaven's Door.
Heaven's Door. Okay. Well, that was just squeak and dusky.
And dust.
That's all that was. Yeah.
So Steve,
I win. Cheers, gang.
Hey, since Bo can't, I'm going to have a number 9
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
I have that too.
Autographed bottle.
Oh God. Okay.
That is on my
I knew you would love that.
Oh yeah, so much talent in that group. All right. He didn't cork pop it, so yeah. Cheers.
No, I've already got gloves.
I didn't hear anything.
Me neither. All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking still roundtable discussion style on is the honey barrel situation. Is it getting to be too much? Are they ruining that? We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely family distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky. All right, great job today, gang. Fardians, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. We'll be mailing again, once again. Take care, everybody. See ya.
Happy Festivus.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Happy Festivus.
Cheers. Yeah, happy Festivus.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about, is the honey barrel going to be overdone or is it okay?
Yes, everybody's jumping on board. They want to have a honey barrel out there. What's going on? Do we think it's the right amount? Do we think it's too much? Do we think they're going to ruin it? What do you guys think?
Never had any.
Never had any. Okay.
I mean, honey turkey.
Do you want me to put you on mute the rest of the way? So you, you do know there's a lot of people doing honey barrel, right? So I mean,
No, I do. I do. I'm telling you, I don't have any in the area that I live in. You get Jim Jacker Maker. How do you like that? But no, I've never had any honey turkey. I think I don't know that I've ever had a honey barrel finish.
Okay.
Maybe you'll bring one into the shop.
Maybe I'll bring one in. Yeah.
With that Van Winkle rye.
Yes. Kathy, what do you think?
I have a couple of opinions.
Okay. Hopefully they're not conflicting.
Hopefully not. So barrel finishes are the trend.
Yes.
And I feel like true bourbon drinkers are exhausted by finished trends.
Yeah.
I feel like they're like, everybody's finishing it in something.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Honey for me was a gateway bourbon.
Yes.
That's how I got it. American honey was how I got into bourbon. And then I started drinking real bourbon that didn't taste like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
And it brings people in. So I'm conflicted because we all know finishing is where it's at. This is what everyone's doing because that's different. Honey is just another finish. So if it brings you into bourbon and makes you a fan, welcome aboard. If you're bored with finishes, there are plenty of other good things to try and drink and explore.
Okay.
So it just depends on where you are in your journey.
Where did it start from though? Like, why is that now the thing? Because honey makes things extra sweet where people like, I want sweet things, I want spicy things, I want fries. Like, why is honey? I don't even understand why it's having a moment that it is.
I don't get it either. Yeah. It is really sweet. I mean, the things that you try tend to be, it's too much for the most part.
I like sweet things. I don't dislike it, but I don't get why it's having the attention that it's getting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's bad. Not as bad as celebrity bourbon, but it's bad.
Can I ask you a question? So
Yes.
obviously honey turkey.
Why do you keep going to honey turkey? This is a damn Bourbon Daily. What you keep talking about honey turkey?
No, I know.
Bourbon,
What I'm saying
barrel
is,
aged. It's not barrel finished.
Wild
It's
Turkey had
flavor.
a great honey product, and the honey sting was amazing. They had an American honey sting, which was very good.
American honey and all those, and that's the only ones I've ever had. As a matter of fact, I was at the local watering hole up the street a little while ago, and I asked for a bourbon, and they brought me that, and I tasted it. I'm like, oh my God, what did you pour me? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, it was a honey turkey. And I'm like, no. That no, I don't want that. It was way too sweet. So my question is, those
when you kept talking about honey turkey, I thought you meant like a lunch meat, like a honey. Like you get cracked pepper turkey. I thought
no. So any of the other ones I've never had because I don't like it. It is too sweet. Is it a honey barrel?
No.
Are they adding honey to the
so
bourbon?
it's typically it's a bourbon barrel that they send over to somebody who makes honey. They age the honey in that barrel, and then they empty it out. And then they give the barrel back to the bourbon maker who takes their bourbon and then they finish it in what is a bourbon honey barrel. Okay. And it gives it the taste of honey. How much? It just, I guess, depends.
I think if you want college girls to love bourbon, then that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And
but
that
that's the only...
I don't think it's an everyday drinker. I don't think it's an everyday drinker for anybody. If you're going to like that, I think maybe at dessert paired with something, dessert that features honey even. Maybe it works. A honey whiskey.
Where it's like you're going to give it to a college girl. Like Angel's Envy is an intro to wine drinkers, right? Like it's going to get wine drinkers into bourbon. Honey might be an intro.
Honey.
Younger.
Then we take
Dr. Ruth. Dr. Ruth, do you like the honey?
Fireball with
honey whiskey?
Let's take Fireball out of the mix and put
I am Dr.
honey
Ruth,
in.
and I like the honey whiskey.
Oh my God.
Honey whiskey.
I'm really congested because our weather just changed. Leave me alone.
Close your windows.
No, I will not close
Take
my
the penis.
No, I will not close these windows.
Okay. Bo, we haven't heard from you. You're having a hard time because you're struggling with COVID. You hate to jump in. And so we're going to give the floor to you, and we will give you the respect you need to be able to talk with your COVID and tell us your thoughts on honey barrels.
Well, I have two thoughts. First off, I think we're talking about two different products. So when you think about the Wild Turkey honey sting and Jim Beam, vanilla Jim Beam honey, that's honey flavored.
Yeah,
those aren't bourbon. Those are honey flavored, or those are flavored liqueurs.
Yeah.
So, but that tags on to my other thought. The second thought is, I don't understand if you're not allowed to add anything to bourbon.
Right.
Why are you allowed to put that in a bourbon barrel?
Because Angel's Envy got finishes passed, and that's the reason, right?
And so
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
They still can legally call it bourbon, but it's got additives in it, so it doesn't matter how much. So if you took a barrel, if Royce took a barrel and took a teaspoon of sugar and dumped it in that barrel, he could legally no longer call it bourbon,
right?
But he could put in a bourbon barrel in a honey barrel and still call it bourbon. I don't get that, but
maybe even a sugar barrel. Bourbon Barrel Foods, they do bourbon barrel aged sugar. So technically you could have a barrel literally with sugar in it that would have more than that teaspoon of sugar that he dumped into that 53-gallon barrel. Just what's left on the sides, because it gets trapped in there. And
Seldom Farms and makes that bourbon barrel aged honey.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if somebody takes that barrel from them and put bourbon in it, is it still bourbon?
TTB.
Is it still bourbon at that point?
Yeah, they can still call it bourbon, and I don't understand how. I mean, so
that's another show.
right behind me.
It is another show. Yeah.
Bluegrass Distillers did it, but they did it with pickle brine. So they took a bourbon barrel, gave it to a place that aged pickles in it, and then they gave it back and they made a pickleback bourbon. I know you don't like it, but it's pretty good actually if you like pickles. But the same thing, like it. Obviously, that pickle juice added a whole lot of flavor to it. So I don't know how they can still call it. I don't know how they can still call it bourbon, but they do. It's
because you're not
bourbon.
Is it because they are not artificially flavoring?
You can't
it's
add
no
any
flavoring,
flavor
right?
to bourbon.
Is that
No
pickleback
flavor.
bourbon good for your gout, Bo? I don't think so.
I think it is.
You need to get off that. That's
I just drink it and my gout goes away.
It's the cherry juice.
Cherry juice
cherry juice
bourbon.
fixed you?
Yeah.
That would help you. Cherry juice bourbon would help you. Yeah.
I drink cherry juice every single day. Thanks to
Since then, yeah. Bob Whitlash. Remember, he for like 3 days, he's like, just drink the cherry juice. It's cherry juice, Bo. And you deny it. Then you finally drink it. You're fixed in like 20 minutes.
And I said to Bob, Bob, God, this is a miracle. I said, why didn't you mention this earlier? I thought he was going to punch me when I said that.
Cherry juice?
Yeah, it's weird. I saw it myself. I actually had to go get Bo the cherry juice because he couldn't move, and he was fine. Yeah,
within 30, I was off my feet for 2 days. I mean, they had to carry me around for 2 days.
Yeah,
within 30 minutes of drinking that cherry juice, I was 100% better.
Yeah, it was weird. You're talking about good medicine.
Yeah.
Take a shot of cherry juice as a preventative. It'll probably all be fine.
Yep.
I think we all need to study the vitamin supply that comes out of cherry juice.
Yeah, whatever that is, it helps gout. I know that. That's for sure. If I ever get any gout symptoms, I'm getting that cherry juice because it helps.
Do they make cherry juice with honey barrels?
They need to. If the industry's listening, they need to get on that train. It works. Oh,
I think it's called cough syrup.
Okay. We're going to go around the horn and say, should honey barrel finishes continue to be a thing? If maybe the distillery's thinking, man, everybody's doing this, we need to do it too. So yes or no, McNew, what do you think? Should they do a honey barrel finish?
I think if it's in your business plan and it makes you money, like, do you, babe? Have a good time.
Okay, that's a yes. We're going to count that as a yes.
Yes.
Bo, what do you think? Yes or no?
No.
No. It's tied up 1-1. Kathy, what do you think? Distillery's thinking about it. Should they do a honey barrel finish?
You know what? As a capitalist, I'm going to say if it makes you money, buy in, go with it. Yes.
Okay. Yes is up 2-1. What do you think, Old Man Bay?
Well, I think that McNew and Kathy's theories are incorrect towards the going back to the celebrity bourbons.
Yeah.
You're saying to honey people, you do what you want, but not the celebrities. No. I think you know what?
Enough money.
I don't know.
He's completely right.
I think go ahead.
Totally correct.
I think go ahead. Do it. I don't know. Do
Okay.
it.
That's
If you
3
like it,
to 1.
If you like it, then that's fine.
3-1. I can't change the vote, but I still cast my vote. Don't do it. It's being overused, and you'll end up being part of the problem. I mean, now that there's 40 different peanut butter whiskeys. Is anybody making money off peanut butter whiskey other than Screwball, who came out with it first? Is anybody
And
else
they're
making
fucking
money?
disgusting.
Yeah, no, they're not. It's a joke.
Question though, Steve. What if some unnamed distillery said, Steve Akeley, we have a honey barrel. It's a single barrel. We will never do another one. Do you want it in your store?
I would try it and see if it was like very whiskey forward with just a subtle taste of honey, and maybe. But for the most part, I would have to say no. It's not anything I'm interested in.
You went in, like unbiased. You and Jim went in unbiased, saying somebody sent you a sample saying, "Hey, this is our new experiment. Try it. If you like it, would you put it in your store?" That's
what we do. We taste everything.
It is absolutely delicious. And you're going, damn, that is good.
We taste everything blind, so we would taste it based on, and judge it based on the merits of how it tasted. That's the only thing we go by at the ABV Barrel Shop, how it tastes. And yeah, Old Man Bay knows this because we don't know anything. It is what it is. If we like it, we'll buy it. That's how we do.
As a matter of fact, hey, I'm a rye fan, and I'm truly I really do like the barrel finish ones.
Yeah,
I lean towards the port cask finish. we have a deer hammer coming up.
Yeah.
Being released at the
Should
ABV
be in
Barrel
next
Shop
week, I
next
think.
week.
I hope
And
next
it
week.
is have you ever had a rye with a port cask finish?
Yeah.
You're gonna want that bottle.
They're going to want that. Yeah. Old man
Come by
Bay's
the-
pick.
Yeah, come by the shop now.
He's going to be signing bottles. He'll be signing
I'll
bottles.
sign the bottle for you.
Yeah.
Well, save one when I come to make baskets for you guys.
Okay.
I'm there.
Fair enough. Kathy and McNew making baskets at the ABV Barrel Shop. Perfect.
I will come help you.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on the Instagram machine at KK Cask Strength.
Old Man Bay.
All your favorite most social medias at Old Man Bay Signs and oldmanbaysigns.com.
All right, Bo.
On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube under My Journey Through the American Spirits, also under Bourbon Sasquatch.
McNew.
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV. And are we still charging people for transgressions? You can PayPal me or Venmo me for this.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com, the important website, abvnetwork.com. Check it out because everything that we do is out there. We put our previous shows, we got our blogs out there. Pretty much everything we do can be found at abvnetwork.com. And please come by and see us, ABV Barrel Shop. We may be doing a barrel pick. If we are, we'll get you to join in. So check us out, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Hi, everybody.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.